Oh, today's not good.
What happened?
Coming to you pre-recorded from Ace Broadcast Studios in Glendale, California. It's the Big Three Podcast. I'm Don Barris. Go ahead.
And I'm Scary Perry Caravello.
And
we're missing.
Shut the fuck up. You're not the fucking host. I am. And today we have some tragic news. First of all, if you've never heard our show before, there's normally three of us here, and we were the stars of the cult classic film Windy City Heat. Well, now we have our own podcast, and our goal in this podcast was to be different than any other podcast or any radio show, television show, anything. Our goal was to combine pop culture along with talking about our personal lives, and I think that we've done that quite well. And you can tell that I'm a little emotional today because I just saw something unbelievable. But instead of me talking about it, could you please play that phone message that John Quincy Adams left for me? This should explain everything.
Mr. Barris, do you know who it is? It's I, JQA Esquire, and I am, as the youth say, freaking the F out. It's Thursday. I just arrived in East Worcestershire for the royal nuptials. I received a most disturbing call from a young Brazilian man who claims he has traveled to Los Angeles and is currently holding Walter captive over a missing sum of $75,000 US. I'm not sure who has the money, but I'm simply at my wit's end. They also want me to recover some of their coffee candy, whatever that is. I don't know. They allowed me a moment to speak to Mo, just a moment, and I asked him if there was anything I could do for him. All he kept asking me was who the lady was who go in that movie. I don't know if it's some code or something. Anywho, I must attend the wedding, though I truthfully rather despise hetero breeders. I'm Brian Ferry's +1. Anywho, I'll ring you back if I hear more. This is just dreadful. Dreadful.
Okay. So our mole, the third member of the Big Three, has been kidnapped. I was given a ransom note. Perry, could you read this, please? This is in crayon.
Dear Big Two, we have...
Big Two. Do you understand what that means right off the bat?
Yeah.
We were the Big Three.
Me and you, Big Two.
Okay, continue.
Dear Big Two, we have Mr. Mole, M-I-S-C-R, and the Mole, M-O-L. We want our $75K, which W-I-T-C-H, one of you have it. And also our Kenoi?
Our candy.
Or, C-A-N backward D-Y.
Okay.
Our candy. So, what is that, General?
General Superman. Okay, so these people, and then the reason that I know, because Mole, we'll put this up on our website, but Mole drew a picture of what's going on. And the picture has a picture of Mole, and tell them what they're doing there. There's two people, and there's Mole. Tell them what's going on in that picture, Perry.
It's a stickman picture, kind of a stickman. You know, these guys are. It's a pencil-drawn picture with crayon on Mole, and they've got one guy's holding a gun, shooting a bullet over Mole's head or into Mole's head, knocking his block off. And I don't know what this guy's doing. It
just seems to me there's two guys that are holding Mole captive, and they have guns aimed at his head. Well... Now, this show is normally strictly an entertainment show, and we're there for the laughs and the interesting confab.
Yeah.
But today we're facing a very, very serious problem. So what I've done is I brought a former police officer from Jimmy Kimmel Live, his Uncle Frank. Come on in here, Uncle Frank. Hello there.
Hiya, how are you? How's everyone?
Okay, how are you, Uncle Frank?
Harry, nice meeting you again.
You remember Perry?
Perry, I remember. You look good, Perry.
Thank you, Uncle Frank. Same here.
Thank you.
You look good, too.
Well, I wish we brought you in on better circumstances. I don't know if you know about this, but I'll show you this. I believe there's some Brazilian kids that have kidnapped our friend Mole. Yeah.
No. How do you know they're Brazilian? They're from Brazil?
Yeah, because
they live in Brazil, or they came from there and they live here now?
Well, a couple weeks ago, Mole went to Rio. The story goes, I had invited Mole to go to see the movie Rio. He thought I wanted to go to Rio.
Wow, what a difference.
Yeah, so he went all the way over to Rio, and when he was there, he was talking to people, and one thing led to another. They wanted money from him. And so he came back.
Down, yeah.
So now what they've done is they've kidnapped Mole. Supposedly they're like 10-year-old kids. This is the actual letter.
Yeah, Big Z. We have
Mr. Mole with us.
We
want our $75,000.
Wow, which
one of you has it. Basically, they're saying,
has,
and they want their candy. Now their candy. See, Mole brought this coffee can back from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
In here, they have a little surprise. So there's more than coffee in here.
You've seen it already?
No, yeah, we had this. But look at this.
Let me see.
What is this?
Oh, forget about it. That's a package of cocaine. Look at that white cocaine with the brown spot. That's cocaine. Forget it.
That's what we thought.
That's what they gave you. They want you probably to sell it, dispose it.
No, I think that what happened was this. Mole got on a boat back here, and in the boat they had a bunch of these coffee cans.
Wow.
So I think that they were smuggling coke.
Yeah, it looks that way. Definitely.
So we have this, but they have our Mole.
They can have their coke back.
Well, yeah, well, I want to see Mole, and I don't want any more threats from these guys.
Give them their coke back.
Okay, Perry, I don't even know how to get in touch with them. Earlier today, look at my lip. I was at a store, and they came up and they said they know everything about me. They want their money, and he slapped me. Look at my lips all puffed up.
Yeah, it is puffed up.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what I called you in for today is I'd like you to tell us how do we handle these kidnappers. What do we do? As a police officer, you were 20 years you worked for the New York City Police Department, correct?
That's definitely, yeah.
Give a little bit more of your background as a police officer, just so people know.
Well, from the age of 22 to 42, I was a police officer in 2 different precincts in Manhattan. I was more of a social worker than a police officer that looked out to make a lot of arrests. I only made 6 arrests in 20 years, but that's okay. I helped a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But I intend to be the oldest living retired cop someday. I have to go to 103. So that gives me, I'm 77, 26 more years I have to live.
You'll do it.
To be the oldest retired living cop. So even though I wasn't an active cop with arrests, I was with the people. I was right there with them, and I understand all about human nature from that experience.
Okay, and during your time as a New York City police officer, did you ever come across a hostage situation?
Did I come across a hostage? No, I did not.
Okay.
But I do know something about it. I mean, I've heard about it, and I've spoke to other police officers that were involved in it, but I personally wasn't involved in it.
Well, what kind of things should we be doing? Should we give in to these hostages?
No. First of all, where are they now? Are they in Rio or are they in this country?
I don't know. They have Mole. Mole's been missing all week.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know exactly where he is. And all they did, they had a guy come up to me today. He saw me, said that they know everything about me, wants their money back, and I was slapped.
Wow. What actually do they want for you to give Mole up?
Well, Mole was supposed to give them $75,000.
Yeah, right.
And I think they want their coffee can with the. That's definitely Coke.
Definitely Coke. Well, the main thing is we want Mole back safe and sound, right?
Right.
So I suggest that we get in touch with them, and we do tell them we're going to give them their Coke back, plus the $75,000. Let Mole go, and then at the time and place, we'll feel it out. We'll see what we'll do. Maybe at the time and place, we'll have an opportunity to have them arrested. But if not, we'll just let them go back to where they're from.
Okay.
We have to play this cool because we want Mole back alive.
Right, no. And what they did, Mole drew a picture. Now, what's your make on this? Look at the picture on the back of this.
Do you know if it's Mole's drawing?
Yeah, that's definitely the way Mole draws.
Mole drew this?
Yes. And it looks like there's 2 people. That the colored version, that's Mole.
That's Mole, yeah. They're sort of torturing him, yeah. They're harassing him.
Yeah.
We got to get Mole back. at all costs. I mean, he's part of our crew. We have to get him back.
That's good
whatever
thinking.
it takes.
Well, this has been. Thank you so much. First of all, let me tell you this.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming here and helping us with
Well,
this.
I hope I help you enough. I mean, by
think-
suggesting we have to get Mold back, and we might have to give up everything like the cocaine and the 75,000. We might have to, but at the time when we do that, there might be an opportunity to lock someone up and then to find out more about the whole gang. We gotta wait and see how that works out.
We're talking cocaine, kidnapping, espionage, drug, transferring from Brazil to the United States.
Yeah.
I think
I remember Mo making a comment about coming back on a boat.
Yeah, he was on a
and
boat.
being in a canner, one of those big tanker.
Right.
The big.
And he said it was
what
loaded.
do you call it? When you're traveling back and forth on ships.
Yeah,
from one
good point.
country.
They might be using that boat
because they had a bunch of
cocaine.
this.
Yeah,
they had a bunch of these.
They
this
might be very organized. And
well, they seem to be. They seem to be like 10 years old. Mole was telling us between age of 10 and 8 years old.
What do you mean? Who's that age?
These guys that have kidnapped.
That's what
them.
I don't understand. How could you be 8 or 10 years old?
I'm just telling you, they have guns. There was a guy that supposedly he bragged to the rest of the people that he kills ghosts, and what he basically did is he would dig up the people that he had killed and shoot them again. So he became this leader of this gang over there.
I don't understand how they can do that and be so young.
That's what I don't
get it either.
All right, we'll see when we approach them with the cocaine and with the money.
Yeah. Well, I can't thank you enough because my nerves, I feel 100% better now that you're here. How was your trip over here? Was everything cool? We sent a car for you today. Were they nice?
No, the guy had a crying baby in the car. It was harassing me.
What?
The baby, making a lot of noise, and not harassing me personally, but it got to be a little annoying. I mean, why have a crying baby in the car when you pick up a police officer?
Well, hey, Brian.
Yeah, Don?
What's going on? Who's driving this guy?
Hold on one second. I'll grab him for you.
First of all, can I personally apologize? When I said that I'd have you a car, I didn't...
Well, I don't want you to apologize.
No, but I mean, I was the one representing everything, so I think that it is my
Burt
fault.
Ward.
Oh, Burt.
In your Baby
that's
Donna.
him. That's him, and that's a crying baby that were in the car that drove me.
That's my little baby. Come on in here. Why did you bring the baby when you were picking up a guest?
I didn't have anybody to watch her, so. Hey, Perry.
Hey. All right.
You all right?
Oh, you know what? I wanted to talk to you about something. I'm glad you're here.
All right, then I'm okay with it. I understand now. It's his child. He didn't have anybody
No,
to
it's
watch
my
it.
child, actually.
Well, but they had no one to watch her, so she was in the car, and that's why she was crying.
Well, I had to change her, and then we had to feed her twice.
Well,
And
that
so
was it.
It wasn't too pretty.
Oh.
But you know,
What you doing?
we got the government
Why is she coughing?
assistance. We got the
Is she-
government assistance. So
What do you
thanks
mean?
for signing the papers. Well, I don't have the funds to take care of her, so I applied for government assistance, and that was the form that you filled out. And I'm supposed to get a check to get her some clothes. So
they are kind of small. Can you get a picture of this, Mary Jane? Her little jammies are so...
Well, it's the outfit that she came in.
Her little jammies are so tiny. You've never bought her any other clothes?
I don't have the money to buy her any other clothes.
Well, hey, I wanted to ask you something, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
The book that you wrote,
Right.
Between a Stone and a Hard Place, you said was never going to come out.
Right.
And did it ever come out?
Well, here's what happened. The publisher wanted to do the audio book at the same time of the book release.
Mm-hmm. And well, that's what I'm kind of talking about a little bit.
Right.
Someone sent me over a copy of the audio book, and I pulled a little part. And if I wanted to ask about this, remember last week when I showed you the book, Brian? You know that part that I told you about? Could you play that for us, please?
When I was a child, my dream was to come to Hollywood and make it into show business. My high school drama teacher, Mr. Thornburg, was the person that gave me the confidence to feel that my show business dreams could become a reality. He was the one that said I'd have to start at the bottom and work my way up. And that's why I took the job with Perry Caravello's assistant on the film Windy City Heat. I'd been in Los Angeles for a little over 2 months when the job opportunity came up. I had been told by some of the other actors from my acting class that working as an assistant, you could learn acting from the best. During my time working on that film, I did learn a lot, but nothing about acting. I was Perry's assistant, but watching Perry's co-stars was a learning experience with lessons that would last my lifetime. Walter Mo Malinsky was an actor that came from the natural school of acting. We could never tell if he was acting or just being himself. Mo would come to the set daily with a marijuana high and would smoke pot nonstop all day, yet his acting was flawless. Don Barris, Perry's other co-star, was more like watching someone falling into a black hole where it was never-ending, dropping into darkness. Don Barris's piercing blue eyes and Hollywood good looks brought the women to the set, and he took advantage of making love to numerous women. Not only did he make love to the women in the cast and the crew of the film, but rumors had Don going to the set of Legally Blonde 2 that was shooting elsewhere on the lot for a late-night love-making sessions with their cast and crew. Yet every day he was on the set, on time every day, and his acting was unbelievably great. People would compare him to James Dean.
Okay, stop it right there.
How did you get a hold of that?
I have friends in the industry. Why would you make me look so bad?
Make you look bad. You were having sex with everybody. Isn't that kind of looking good?
I don't know, Uncle Frank?
Yeah, that's look good. Definitely make him look good, not bad. Making you look good.
That definitely makes you look good.
Well,
Perry's been dying to have sex on the set of Windy City Heat. He never did. I mean, you were having sex with everybody, which would make
so
it
you're
like,
somebody to admire.
so it wasn't bad?
No, it was great.
what was that?
Who has a phone on during the
All right.
Oh, who's on the phone, Perry?
Don't
I
worry about
don't
it.
know, and I don't care.
But
We'll turn it
But
off.
Don, if say that you were having sex with the cast of Oklahomos, that would be bad.
Oh, that would be bad, yeah.
Right. But
'Cause
you
we're-
went to Legally Blonde too, so
Right.
that
No,
was
I was,
good.
well, I just did I like women.
I
Point
love
is,
women. You may like them, I love them.
How come you didn't talk? How come you didn't play the bit about Perry and our relationship?
Because that didn't interest me. It was about me, and that's what you said about me, and I was just thinking at first that was not very nice. But Uncle Frank, you really think that's good?
That was good. It's really complimentary to you. When you get older, you'll realize what you did when you were younger, and you'll be sort of proud of how you were.
Like you, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, you're the guy from the Jimmy Kimmel Live show.
I'm his Uncle Frank.
Oh, wow. Wait, didn't you tell him a story? I watch the show every so often. Didn't you tell a story that you had sex with like over 500 women?
Well, I like to start off by saying I was married 28 years. I never cheated once.
How'd that marriage end for you?
She divorced me.
Okay.
But as for the girls, that was from the age of 22 to 32 because I came in place with, and I was stationed in Manhattan around the Times Square area. So the girls were available. It wasn't that I was such a great lover or romantic guy. Any policeman would have done the same thing, had the same experiences. Of course, they were available. Out-of-town girls were looking to be safe with police officers. So
Oh, it's
it was
out-of-town
easy in
girls.
10 years to make 500 chicks. Yeah.
And so, Don, on the set of Windy City Heat, you had sex with multiple girls, but
Oh, let's not
nowhere
talk
near
about that.
500.
No.
'Cause I don't think the cast was more than 20.
Well, I think pretty sure it was under 20 that I had. Okay.
See, so that it still put you in good light.
I'll tell you this. I came into the show today feeling terrible because Mole was gone. I get to see my daughter again. Hello, Baby Donna. I got to clear up something that had been driving me crazy for a long time. I get to see Uncle Frank here, who, you helped me out.
Thank you.
Because I feel 10 times better. When I came here, I thought, we've lost Mole. Now I know there's hope.
No, there is hope, definitely.
Well, do you guys want to stick around for a couple things with us?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I was just
Here,
kind of breaking feeding here.
Take the baby. No, don't touch her, Perry.
What?
Don't. Bye, Baby Donna. All right, this first thing we're going to do is a little thing called the $10 shout-out.
$10 shout out.
Now, if you're not familiar with our show, this is a segment where you, the home listener, can get involved in the show. You send us $10. That's cash, no money order, no checks. You send it to 7510 Sunset Boulevard, number 153, Hollywood, California, 90046. And you can be part of the Big Three Podcast Fun by getting your name mentioned on the show. She's got to keep quiet.
I'm sorry.
Okay, she really does. So today we've got a couple shout-outs. All right, Perry, why don't you read this first one right here? Here
Yes,
you go.
sir. Okay. Dear Don Mullen Scaremaster, I'm a loyal podcast listener and the Big 3 fan. I was going to do the $10 shout-out, but then I thought of an interesting alternative that may interest you guys. Instead of a $10 shout-out, how about a $20 diss? There are three pricks here in Minnesota who think they are comparable to the Big 3. These assholes have the balls to call themselves the Gigantic Trio.
What? Continue.
And they do a local show. These guys deserve to be dissed, slammed, shredded, etc. They are C. Jill, Jim Gray, and Rick Louis Lewis. They rip on guys off. Wait. They rip you guys off, including segments on their show called Louie's Corner and Gay Play.
What?
I think this is completely bullshit. Give them hell.
Sounds
Yours in health, Dr. Chris Ketchmark.
Okay, Dr. Chris.
Willow River, Minnesota.
Okay, and they gave us $20, and over here we've got one. Let's see. Dear Big 3, I just wanted to say that despite what Randy Callan has been saying on his Twitter account, I believe it when Perry says that he only blew him and jerked him off. However...
I never blew him. I never sucked his dick.
If I remember correctly, wasn't you jerked him off and he sucked your dick?
Thank you.
Thank you. And please, there's no reason to come down on Perry. I wish you were here right now.
That was to 19 years ago.
Yeah, 19 years ago, and they're still bringing it up. How immature. Let me pick it up. I believe it when Perry says that he only blew him and jerked him off. However, it does sound like there's a lot more to this story than what Perry has revealed in the past. Perhaps you could have Randy on the show one day. Then we can hear his side of the story and settle it once for all. Big 3, Dimitri Moreland. You know what? I'd never want to have him on the show anyway.
Thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Now, if you want to get in touch with us here at the Big 3, we can be reached on Facebook. I'm at Don Barris on Facebook. Perry F. Caravello, and that's K-A-R.
C-A-R's in car. A-V as in Victor. E-double-L-O.
Walter Molininski, Molinsky. And you can also see Windy City Heat, our Facebook page there. Don't forget Tim Perpedic.
Why not forget Tim Perpedic? He's not even part of the Big 3.
But he's probably going to be, in
Beantown Heat.
He's going to play Stone Fury in that. So.
Wait a second. I'm Stone Fury from Windy City Heat.
Well, okay. But in this, you're still Stone Fury. You're just his father.
The dad.
Yeah.
Or granddad.
Yeah, I think it's probably the father.
It would be best if I play a father rather than a grandfather.
And then you're in scene 1 and you try to pass on your secrets, then you're violently killed immediately.
Lovely.
Okay, so we got to push Tim. And also, I would like to say this. We've been having a real good time at our live show every Monday night, the Ding Dong Show. Now, Perry, you've been coming down there. You're going to come down
every
there
Monday.
again this week.
I'll be there this
right
Monday.
Until you go in for your neck
But
operation.
That will be...
Okay, hold on. Just let me... so you'll be coming down. So this Monday, come to the Comedy Store at 10 p.m. at the Ding Dong Show. Perry will be there, the rest of the Ding Dongers. And if you want to see anything about us, reach us on Facebook, the Ding Dong Show on Facebook. And if you want to tweet us, I'm at SimplyDon1 on Twitter, and you are at...
Scary Perry 818 on Twitter.
Uncle Frank, do you have a Twitter account?
No, I don't. I don't have...
Facebook page?
No, I don't know anything about computers or Twitters or Facebook. I'm from the old school. Strictly a regular phone. I don't even have a cell phone.
You don't even have a cell phone yet?
No, I'm 77 years old. I'm not into the new technology. But I can live without it the rest of my life until I'm 103. I don't need it.
Okay. How about you, Burt? Do you have anything going on?
Right now I'm just working on the book and finishing the audio book portion of it, and hopefully the book will be released sometime in the near future.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to release it.
Well, no, we weren't going to release it without the audio book.
Oh, I see.
But at some point, they still have to approve both versions of it.
What, Perry?
I wanted to just make a comment that Uncle Frank made. My aunt thinks the same way as he does.
What's that?
I'm not interested in the new technology. She wants nothing to do with computers. She wants nothing to do with all this fancy computerized...
Well, she must be my age or around...
No, she's in her 80s.
Oh,
she's
yeah,
in her
that's
late
right.
80s.
That's right. I'm 77.
Yeah.
Okay, but Perry, he already told us. Do you want to bore the world by
I'm
telling
not
another
boring
story? We're in the
nobody.
modern technology.
I'm
Okay, all right.
I'm happy to hear
all right,
that.
but
He's
Uncle,
happy to hear
Uncle
that.
Frank, please. I mean, you know what? We heard your story. That's nice. You're here. You came. You did something.
Okay.
We don't need to hear about it from your aunt. We don't need to hear that bullshit. Are you
Relax.
Are you trying to set your aunt up with Uncle Frank?
Possibly. I'm available.
Are you?
She can't walk. She has a hard time. You know, she's kind of crippled from breaking her right hip.
Yeah, but
In the
does
car
she still
wreck.
like to party? Do you know what I mean by that?
No, I'm not in the best shape either, so you never
She
know.
doesn't
We have
party
something in
either.
common.
Yeah. but-
Okay, Don, I had a good time.
Well, we're not done.
Oh, okay.
You know, you're staying. Oh, you're wrapping up our show early tonight. Well, anyway, that was our $10 shout out.
$10 shout out.
Oh, I see a phone call. Let me guess. Oh, this could be interesting. Now, this might be our former producer of the movie Windy City Heat. He left me a message. He was calling from England, so he probably went to the royal wedding. Let's see if he's calling from there. Go ahead, let the call through, please.
This is the United Kingdom calling. Are we reaching?
Hello?
There's a man answering. This is the United Kingdom calling the U.S. Are we reaching?
Yes? Yeah?
There we are, sir. Go ahead now.
Hello, hello. Do you know who it is?
Yeah, it's Mr. Adams.
Hey,
I'm
Mr.
sorry, it's
Adams.
loud here. I'm at an after party for the royal wedding. I think someone may have dosed my carpet. Any further word on Mole? Let me go in the other room. I'm sorry.
We don't know anything about it.
Any further word on Mole?
No, we know nothing. I had Uncle Frank come here to tell us how to handle the kidnapper, so.
Well, this is dreadful. How is it that he misplaced those ruffians $75,000? It's very, very unlike him. Have either of you seen the money?
I have no clue, Uncle Frank.
Okay, well, you're talking to John Quincy Adams.
Well,
I mean, John Quincy
it
Adams,
looks
I'm
like
sorry.
I'll be bailing him out of this one as well. I'm going to wire the kidnappers the money.
Oh, you know what we could do? Maybe you should send it to me at my post office box.
Now, wait. Mr. Barris, you're saying I could send the money to your P.O. box. That would be wonderful.
I think
like
that would
this
be the-
idea.
I
It takes the pressure off me and allows me to enjoy a little tea time at Rupert Everett's place. All right, it's settled. We'll do that. Anyway,
Perfect.
quickly, can I quickly tell you a rib tickler I heard last night?
Oh, please do.
How many Prince Williams does it take to screw in a light bulb? They don't screw light bulbs. They screw commoners. Toodles.
By Mr. Adams. John Quincy Adams, the former producer of Windy City Heat.
Okay,
He's
so
at the
he's going
royal
to send
wedding.
you the cash,
Yeah.
and then where do you send it?
Well, we'll see what happens. I like Uncle Frank's idea of fighting these guys and not giving them what they want.
Okay.
All right, so we'll see what we got going there. All right, this next segment is four guys and a little baby talking about the ladies. It's time once again for a little guy talk.
Oh yeah, it's guy talk. Gonna talk about the ladies. Guy talk. Ooh.
Yeah, we're here with Uncle Frank. We're here with Burt Ward, Scary Perry, and my little baby Donna.
Drinking up like crazy.
She might be the first girl to be involved in Guy Talk. Now, Uncle Frank, this is where we just sit around and we talk about ladies and, you know, things that we've done and times that we've had with ladies. Can you remember the most bizarre woman you've ever been with in your life?
Well, I married her.
Aunt Chippy?
Yes.
Why is she the most bizarre woman you'd have ever
Well,
met?
most of the other girls, I didn't get to know them that well. I only took the girl out maybe 2 or 3 times, each one of them. But her I lived with for 28 years, and the longer we were together, the more I realized she was very bizarre. And she still is. But we're friends to a certain extent because she's the mother of our 3 children. But that Aunt Chippy is bizarre. She's also from the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Do you get along with her now? I know you're divorced.
Sometimes, not always.
Right now, at this exact second.
Right now, we're together. Yeah, we've had a few good family occasions, and we didn't really spend that much time with each other, which is the way to go. If we get to spend too much time with each other, it becomes bad because things happen. So we stay apart, and we just mix with the children, our 3 beautiful girls, and now we have a grandchild. So we're okay, but she's really bizarre. I'm normal. I'm very normal.
I've noticed that.
77.
What is the most bizarre thing she's ever done? You say that she's bizarre.
That she's ever done in life or to me?
To you.
She once wanted to, I think, kill me with a blanket. I was in bed and we had an argument, and she got the blanket and put it over my head and kept pressing against it. But thank God I'm stronger than her, and I pushed her away. I think she was trying to kill me.
I've never heard that story.
True story.
I've never heard
She
that.
might get locked up someday by me for assault.
Oh, boy.
Because even though I'm retired, I still have the authority to lock someone up.
Now you come from an age where men were men and men were in charge of the relationship.
Definitely.
Now, would you say that you were in charge of that relationship between you and Chippy?
Not all the time. Most of the time, but not all the time.
Yeah.
She is very strong-willed. There were times when I eased up and she took advantage of it until I got strong again and put it down. She's a strong woman.
Oh, boy.
What do you mean, oh boy?
Oh, boy. I like women that are like that.
What do you mean? Strong?
Yeah.
But it seems like most of the women you're with push you around like the little bitch that you are.
I'm the little bitch, huh?
Somewhat, yeah.
Look,
You wouldn't say that you don't think women push you around?
I let them push me
Really?
around.
Let's talk about Carrie for a second.
Carrie's in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Right. And if I click my fingers, she would come in here and have sex with me.
Yeah, because you're a punk.
I'm a punk? Do you think that's why she likes me?
She doesn't like you. She likes me.
Oh, really?
And if she gets paid by you to come
She's
out
not
here,
going to be paid. If I send her out here,
yeah, if you send her out here, that means you're paying for her flight out here.
let's say that she comes out here. You don't think she'd have sex with me? On her own ticket?
I say no.
Okay. You want to bet on that?
I don't bet money.
Let's split it. Let's split her airfare. Let's have her come out here. Let's see who she sleeps with. You want to do that?
Oh, God. I don't have the money.
Maybe later on. Now, Bert, you seldom talk about the ladies. Now, everybody kind of...
I've talked about...
Aren't you married?
No, she left me a long time ago.
Why?
I was pursuing my career in acting when I was younger, and then I ended up being in the behind-the-scenes of the entertainment business of being people's assistants, and that took away time for us to be together, but our relationship really never got a chance to be anything.
Now, you work with Dionne Warwick. Do you still work with her?
Yeah.
You ever seen her naked?
You know what? I have once. It was really by accident. She likes to swim in the pool naked, and she's got a pool in the back, and she didn't know I was coming over because I actually went out to go get some things for her, and I came back because I needed to get a package that she wanted me to pick up, and I wanted to make sure I had the right one, so I came back to the house, and she had decided to go take a swim in the pool.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm betting her bush is like a forest, just filled. You like that type of woman?
No.
Big, hairy pussy?
No.
Well,
I like
Nice
those
and
ones who shave.
Yeah.
Nice and trim.
Right.
Yeah.
Very right.
Unfortunately, I only caught her behind, which kind of had, it was riddled with that cottage cheese part in the back.
Doesn't sound good.
Right, but she had really supple breasts.
Really? Still?
Yeah, which was kind of, weird, but I only saw it through the window in the house. I wasn't outside. So.
Well, I got to tell you this. That was a fantastic guy talk. That was just 4 guys and 1 little baby talking about the ladies. That was guy talk.
Oh, yeah. It's guy talk. Ooh.
Can I bring up something?
Sure, go ahead.
On the internet, there's been a lot of talk about turning me into president in 2012.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the guys from Jersey Shore that made a poster online about vote for Perry Francis Caravello.
Right.
As
You got my vote, Perry.
Thank you.
Do you even think
But
it's
now-
real? You think there's a group of people that really want him to be president?
Yeah,
or do you,
they dislike...
or do you think it's funny that
No,
someone's
no,
fucking with them?
No, they dislike our president for some reason, so they're starting to cast different people.
Here's the funny thing about President Barack Obama and myself. I know Barack Obama was born in Hawaii. Yes, he's an American citizen. And a Chicago resident. Chicago's my hometown.
Oh.
So that's where Barack Obama and I would have something in common.
And right there, that's where the similarities end. Right there.
Well, he has a shot.
How does he have a shot?
Why? Because a lot of people right now aren't satisfied with the president's past 2 years.
But let me ask you this: you don't think Perry's a moron?
No,
really.
I mean, if Palin, remember the girl? If she almost ran and she almost made it, Perry could make it too. She was no bargain.
No, she's not.
She actually did run.
I'm for Perry.
You're going to vote for Perry.
Yes.
You want to know what the first rule would be changed?
Yes.
Minimum wage.
Definitely.
Minimum wage goes immediately to $33 an hour nationwide.
Really?
Great. I'm for that too.
But do you have any idea how stupid that would be?
Why?
How are you going to make money if their minimum wage is $33 an hour? It's impossible.
You raise the price of your product.
But you'd have to. So you're saying that a hamburger would then cost like $10?
Yes.
No, it'd cost more than that.
Yeah.
It would cost at least $33.
Well,
no.
If people are hungry enough,
how many hamburgers would you have to?
If people are hungry enough, when they come to your establishment, they will
your
pay
McDonald's,
that money.
your Wendy's, your.
If you had 10 burgers per hour, that would pay for just the 10 staff that you have. Then you have the building, and then you have everything else. So then you would have to sell maybe twice as many. That would be 20 hamburgers an hour. And that's to say if that covered that.
Can I just ask you something, Burt?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you know?
I'm just.
You're an assistant on basically a podcast.
20 hamburgers an hour?
But I am an author.
Well, you've never had a book published.
I'm very impressed by Burt. It's the first time I met him, but I'm impressed by him.
Why are you
Thanks,
impressed?
Uncle Frank.
Why are you impressed?
I like what he said and how he handles himself and his demeanor. He's a very sharp-looking, nice guy.
By the way, congratulations on your granddaughter.
Thank you so much, Burt.
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
I'm going to use one fast food restaurant, and yes, they are originally from here in Downey, and they got bought out by Mr. Koch in Chicago. McDonald's.
What are you talking about? Go ahead.
They sell billions of burgers a day.
Yeah.
20 burgers an hour? My God.
Perry, I just think that $33 an hour would be impossible. The cost of living would go through the roof by doing that. That, to me, is maybe the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Then, all right, then we go from $10 an hour to like $15 or $17 an hour.
Okay. What other platforms do you have?
What other platforms do I have? Let's see. Make Don Barris the president of Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Why would I want to be the president of Jimmy Kimmel Live?
I don't know. Why do you want to just be the audience warm-up?
Stupid. Speaking of Jimmy Kimmel Live, you've been there. The show has been running for over 8 years now, and you have been just hysterical during those. If you could mention one moment in the history of that show is your very favorite, what would that moment be?
Well, when I can't think of his name, but it was touching Donald Trump's daughter's leg, and I was asked by Jimmy to take him off the show. That would have been the first time anyone was ever.
That was Andy Dick.
Andy Dick.
And he was touching Donald Trump's daughter's leg, she had glitter on her leg.
And Jimmy had wanted to stop. He didn't stop, so he asked me to escort him off. I go to escort him off, and I go to pull him to take him, but he hesitated, and he turned in a certain way that I fell to the ground. And before I knew it, 2 or 3 other security guards came, and they dragged Andy Dick and me off the stage with applause.
Yeah.
So the applause was for taking him away.
That's funny.
That was the first time in the history that a guest was physically dragged off the set.
That's funny.
That was. You know what? One of my favorite moments. It might have been on your 70th birthday when Dick Clark gave you the hat from Frank Sinatra.
Oh yes, that was an honor. Yeah. Well, I was Frank Sinatra's private security guard at Caesar's Palace from 1978 to 1982 for 4 years, and that was an honor to get that from Dick Clark. I still have it, yeah.
Do you?
Those are memories I'll always have of being with Frank Sinatra. He was number one, yeah.
They recreated a scene with Frank Sinatra, and they had you in it, and it was memories of Sinatra.
Yes.
And didn't his daughter get upset with you?
Well, really what happened is they interviewed me, and very seriously I described things about Frank Sinatra, and I thought it was just going to be a subject or a program where they'd say, Uncle Frank, this is what he thinks of Mr. Sinatra. Well, when I left the room, they told me it was over. They turned everything around, and whatever I said, they twisted. Like I said things like he'd rehearse at the piano every day at 3 in the afternoon, and it was very magical. They had him getting mad at the piano player, Vince Falcone, and slamming the piano down and cutting off Vince Falcone's fingers.
Oh, man.
That was just one. So there were about 4 or 5 subjects that they made Frank Sinatra look bad, which I didn't intend them to do. So I got very mad at them. Yeah, and still to this day, Nancy Sinatra thinks that was what I said, and it's not what I said. I hope someday I can prove to her it wasn't my idea.
All right, this next segment was written into Perry's contract by his super agent, Hank Greenberg. It's time for 60 Seconds with Perry. Go!
Go online to order Scary Perry skateboards at www.scaryperryproductions.com/skateboards, or click on the word skateboards when you see it and order your skateboard decks there and or your T-shirts there. The T-shirts are 100% cotton, and they are USA made. Skateboard decks are Canadian maple wood, USA manufactured right here in Costa Mesa, California. That's scaryperryproductions.com/skateboards. The price of the shirts are $20 a tee. Skateboard decks went up from $44.99 to $59.99. Thank you. Aren't you going to yell at me?
No.
Like you normally do?
Stop! There
See
you go.
there.
That was 60 Seconds with Perry. Okay, well, you know what? We're heading towards the end of the show. Hey, what's the matter with Baby Donna?
Just get restless.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's getting a little restless.
Well, we're just about done. Can you set her outside for a second? Or,
Yeah, I'll put her outside.
No, but you stay in here.
Oh, you want me to talk?
Change tapes and then I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay, let's do it. I'm getting tired.
Okay, we're almost done here. It has been a crazy day here, and even though Mole is not here, I think it's time once again for what some have called the greatest thing that we do on this show. It's time once again for Mole Play.
Mole play, let's play mole play. Mole play, let's play mole play. Mole play!
Now, if you've never heard our show before, Mole Play is an improv game that we play here on the show, and this is where Mole will set up a scenario, he'll set the cast, then he'll direct the scene. Now, Mole isn't here, so today, no Mole Play.
Mole play, let's play mole play. Mole play, let's play mole play. Mole play!
That was Mole Play. Now, we're heading towards the end of the show. Baby Donna's crying. Burt, thank you for bringing my child around. Thank you for letting me get a little more knowledge of what's going on with your book, because I had heard a lot of things, and to hear the audiobook was spectacular.
Thank you. I hope people will eventually go out and get it, because we're going to really need the money. I've got college to put it through, because
college is getting very expensive. You're right.
Unless you want to take her back at some point.
No. Well, we can work that out down the road. That is my baby, and were you going to say
you
something?
You should
Frank?
be taking care of your own child.
Well, I'm not, okay? Don't blame me. You know, I didn't want this girl that I shot my load in to fucking blame me for something. It's not my fault. She wanted it just as bad as I did. Am I right, Frank?
No, how do you know it's your baby? It could be the Immaculate Conception.
Exactly.
Thank you. You know, that has never been proven either.
Thank you ought to take a blood test.
Thank you.
You should go take a blood test
You
and see
should.
if that's your child.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, Immaculate Conception. Maybe the mother didn't have sex.
Huh.
Like Jesus was born from a mother, Mary, who didn't have sex. So you never know. That's possible.
So you're saying Donna's Jesus?
No, but there could be a correlation to the whole thing. You don't know if it's your baby unless you've repeatedly had sex with someone, and then you know the law of averages are that it
this
was
girl
you.
was just.
But it was just a one-night stand. It might not be you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Mr. Barris. I have to go to the men's room.
We're gonna be done. We got one last bit to do,
Okay.
and then we'll finish this up. And this is like, and to tell you the truth, this is the worst bit that we have going.
All right, hurry up. I'm very tired. And it was
I
very
know.
entertaining, but I'm
Well,
tired.
we're almost done. Here, let's put this a little bit towards you. All right, we're going to wrap it up today with a segment that we always wrap it up with. It's the worst thing that we do on this show. It was one time on our public access show. It was one time the best thing we did. Look at how times have fallen. It's time once again for Perry's Corner.
It's Perry's Corner.
Well, I'm going to go back to the segment about talking about them trying to make me president of 2012.
Yeah.
What should I do about that? I mean, they got the guys from Jersey Shore voting for me. There's people online that are liking it.
This is what your corner's about?
Well, I really have a problem with figuring out if I should try to pursue this or if it's a bunch of BS.
You have a problem figuring out how to tie your shoes.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I can show you how to tie my shoes.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
All right, well, this is your subject matter?
What else do you want me to talk about?
All right.
Do you want me to talk about mole?
No. Well, in a second, maybe. Uncle Frank, if you had a segment on a show, when you have something prepared to talk about?
Sometimes, but sometimes if you just go into a program unprepared, it comes out better because it's natural. So both ways it could be good. It depends on the performers themselves.
Right.
What if it was a performer like Perry who had absolutely no abilities to do anything?
No, I think he does have abilities.
Really?
Thank
yes,
you,
I
Frank.
do.
Frank.
I've known Perry for a while. I've seen him. I think he does have some ability, a lot of ability.
Thank you,
I
Uncle Frank.
like hanging out with Perry.
Thank you, Uncle Frank.
You're welcome.
Well, did you have anything that you wanted to say about Mole?
Well, if this is all for real, I say we should get him back.
Yes, and we will
Okay.
get him back. I'm sure we will, from what I understand. Those kidnappers are so young that they have to be inexperienced and not too sharp. So we'll
They're
get
not
him
even
back.
teenagers yet.
Right, we'll get him back.
Are they in?
He'll be on this show very shortly. I guarantee everybody out there. Mole will be back.
All right, and also on the 4th of May...
Is my pre-op.
Right, so by the time this show airs, actually...
It will be the week after.
It'll be the Friday... You go on a Thursday or Wednesday, I think, the 4th is.
Let's see, Monday is the 2nd, Tuesday is the 3rd, which I get my money and I pay all my bills.
Okay, like I said, it's
The 4th
Wednesday
is
or Thursday, just like I said.
Wednesday.
So you'll go on Wednesday. and
I don't
either-
know when I go in
Can
for
I
the operation, though.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. On Wednesday, you may go in immediately. So this may be our last show
Right.
when you go to the hospital to get your
Right.
open neck surgery. Well, hopefully you come back. Hopefully Mole's back. If not, boy, if we left a cliffhanger here, we could have 2 cast members. Are they alive or dead? Now, you're having open neck surgery.
Well, I'm not. I think this time because he wants to fuse the odontoid first before he opens up disc 4, 5, and 6 and
Oh,
puts the
come
rod
on.
in
All
there.
your doctor talk, nobody understands.
Because you don't let me explain it.
Because nobody
Okay,
cares.
there's Perry's Corner. Let me explain my neck surgery.
Nobody cares.
They, of course, care because they want to see me healthy
No,
again.
they don't. Nobody does.
I do.
Oh, okay.
See, Uncle Frank does. He cares about me.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
He wants to see me young and healthy like he
I
is.
think the
He's young and
surgeon's
healthy.
going to be a success. In fact, if he wants me to sleep in an adjoining bed next to him while he's recuperating, I will go. I like him so much, and I think he's very talented, and he has a future ahead of him. He's very young, and he has a future.
Thank you, Uncle Frank. That
You're
means a lot
welcome.
to me.
well,
That
and there
really
you
means a
go.
lot.
That's Perry's Corner.
It's Perry's Corner.
Well, I got to say, that might have been the best Perry's Corner ever, and I think it was a lot to do with Uncle
Thank you
Frank
very much,
over here.
Uncle
Good
Frank.
job.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, I see the clock on the wall, and I see that it's time to say goodnight to everybody, and goodbye if you're listening during the day. I would like to say, Uncle Frank, you know we're very good friends. I love you to death.
Oh, I
That's
think
the
you're a
truth.
very nice guy and very talented also. And Perry and the fellow over there.
Burt Ward.
Right. And I think I'm not talented. So if I could make it, you will make it.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, Uncle Frank.
Well,
Okay.
And
I wanna-
I love the fact that you were such a gentleman.
Quit kissing ass. He
No,
can't
he's
get
not.
you
We're
in.
just being
He's kissing
friends.
ass. I know him. I know him a little better than you.
Okay.
He's kissing
There we
ass.
go.
Well, anyway, I wanted to say thank you very much to Uncle Frank. You are one of the best people in the world, and
You're
would love to
welcome.
have you on the show again.
I'll
Maybe
come
not
back.
under circumstances so dreadful. Burt Ward, thank you.
Thank
and
you.
I don't think it is professional to bring the baby in the car.
I don't really have a choice.
Okay, and Perry, is there anything you want to say before you go?
Not really. I don't have anything to plug other than.
How about Monday night at the Comedy Store?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, we do have something to plug. Plugging the Ding Dong Show live on Monday nights. Every
World
Monday night.
famous Comedy Store.
Not just one Monday night, but every Monday night at the world famous Comedy Store. Where? In the Ding Dong Room, 10 p.m.
Okay, that's right.
Live.
Don't forget, you want to reach me on Facebook, Don Barris, Perry Caravello. That's Perry F. Caravello.
C-A-R-
K-A-R.
C-A-R-A-V as in Victory, O-O.
Burt Ward, thank you very much for
Thank
being
you.
on the show. It's wonderful. You know, all I can say is this: if you believe in the power of prayer, let's all pray for Mole.
Definitely.
Okay,
Definitely.
so for the big three, for Uncle Frank, for Burt Ward, I'm Don Barris. Thank you again for my
And
baby
I'm Scary
Donna.
Perry.
Yeah, I already said you, the big three.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.